They're here and I could not be more excited about a brand collaboration. The new Emily Noel Emily Edit palettes from Makeup Revolution have arrived at my door today. I am playing around with them. If you want to see what I do with them, just keep watching. Earlier this week, Emily Noel announced her collaboration with Makeup Revolution with these two palettes, the Wants palette and the Needs palette. The Needs palette is a face palette and the Wants palette is an all eyeshadow palette. If you guys follow me at all, you know I love a good face palette. I love having everything right at hand as I need it because I do travel for work. So this is the main one that I'm gonna be using today to get this look, but I do delve into this one too a little bit. This video is in collaboration with my two friends, Risa and Lisa. I'm gonna have their channels and their videos linked for you. We all got these palettes within the past couple of days and we thought, why don't we just upload them together and have it be a collaboration? We've collaborated several times before. I think the reason why so many of us love this brand collaboration so much is because we kind of feel like we're a family with Emily. I always kind of refer to our little corner of the beauty community as the non-drama corner. When you think about Emily, she could be the queen of that. There's no drama. She is who she is. She's never compromised herself. And I think she's someone that we all in some way, or a lot of us anyway, I can only speak for myself, really look to as a role model for how we want to form our channels in one way or another. There is a subset of the beauty community where there is no drama and we do all try to support each other and really build each other up and offer each other help. I'm proud to be a part of that little pocket of the beauty community, and that's another reason why Risa and Lisa have been so close and do these little collaborations every now and then, because we really do help each other out. We talk every day. It's just really important, first of all, as women, to support each other and build each other up and not view everything as a competition. I think that's what's so beautiful about Emily's channel is she really does cheer for people and just put everything out there in her Emily way, and she's been who she is from day one, and I think that's why so many of us love her so much. I honestly have never been so excited about a collaboration. If you were following me on Snapchat or Instagram, you know, I was putting it on my stories. I was sitting there waiting for my palettes just like it was Christmas morning. I just could not wait to get my hands on them, and then they didn't come on Friday. I was so disappointed, and they came to my door at exactly 9:58 on Saturday morning. So I couldn't wait to play with them. It's Saturday. I am unfortunately filming in the late afternoon, so the light is kind of fluctuating, but we're gonna get into these and create this look with this palette mostly. I'm gonna direct you to Emily's launch video where she goes into the swatches and the brand names and the thought process behind the colors and everything. I just was so engrossed in it. It's a beautiful video. The story behind it and behind her, it did make me cry, so I'm just warning if you haven't seen it. Before I get into this, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I know some of you are probably coming over for the first time. I talk about makeup and skincare and anti-aging, do foundation reviews, all kinds of stuff. So if that's something that you're looking for, I would love to have you as part of the family. I'm gonna just show you really quickly. This is the Needs palette. I got a lot of reflection going on because of the lighting, but this is what we have going on with the Needs palette. You've got basically every single thing that you need to create a full face when you are on the go or in a hurry. And I always love a good face palette. I really think that this could be the quintessential face palette that I have been looking for. And this kind of nude peach palette is the Wants. And this palette consists of various beautifully pigmented eyeshadows in various formulations. Again, I'm gonna direct you to Emily's video because I wanna get into the look that I am creating. I do wanna do a video with this palette too because it is just absolutely beautiful. Oh, I just love this palette. But because I am such a fanatic for face palettes, that's the palette I had to go with. Let's get into what we're gonna do with this palette. I feel like no matter if I'm working and I need something to get ready with quickly, or if I'm traveling and just don't wanna think, or if I'm running late and need something to pull out and not have to think, this is really perfect for that. You have this contour slash bronze shade that you can really use for both. This looks like a really great universal blush shade, the highlight, and then you have a matte. You can use that all over the face. And then of course your shadow shades here. It looks great, and I do love that the names are printed on the palette. And can we just talk about this mirror for a minute. How great is this? It's huge. I'm gonna start with Kindness here, and I'm gonna just dust this with my Sigma F64 all over my lids. I've already primed them. Sometimes adding just a good base color helps things blend in a little bit more easily, so that's what I'm doing with that. I, a lot of times, use a bronzer as my transition shade, so I'm gonna go in here with Courage. It's kind of in between these deeper shades here and then this peach shade here. There's a very minimal amount of kick up. I just dipped my brush in and that's really all that came up. I'm still gonna tap my brush off though because every little bit helps. I'm just taking this and swirling this in the crease, above the crease, very lightly, almost up to the brow bone. That's typically what I do with the transition shade. I have a slightly hooded lid and that just helps create a little bit of depth there and keeps the hood from protruding too far outwards and making me look a little heavy lidded, I guess, if you will. That was really easy to blend. That's just the right amount of softness and depth that I want in my transition area. I'm taking the same shade on the same Sigma E40 brush and I'm just pinching it and I'm gonna run that shade along my lower lash line because that just helps make the eye look a little bit bigger, but in a non-obvious way. You can use a separate brush, but usually when I'm in a hurry, I like to use the same brush. It just saves me some time. And you know, you don't have to travel for work to need a good face palette. You know, you can use this if you're going on vacation or if you just don't want to think when you're getting ready in the morning. A good face palette can really kind of save you if you are in a jam. There's some mornings when I am so sleepy, I don't want to have to think at all, and this kind of stuff is exactly what I need. Now I'm going to take the shade Faith on my Sigma E25 and I'm going to swirl that on that outer 2/3 and kind of take it into the crease in a second and just take the remainder and sweep it along the crease. So you'll see I'm kind of going above the crease. I'm basically kind of taking it up, and that's because of that hood. It just helps you be able to see this color once I open my eyes and look straight forward. So throughout this video, you're gonna hear me reference some things that you won't really know, but I have a couple of videos that are coming up in September. I'm really excited about a couple of collaboration type things. One is September 6th. The other is the week of September 17th. They are really exciting for me, and so if you're not subscribed, you may want to subscribe and see what's going on. But I am actually referencing some things that have to do with both of those videos within this video. You just don't know it yet. So I'm just really excited about September. Okay, so that's kind of, I think, all I'm gonna do with that right now. It gives it a little bit of warmth, kind of lifts the eye a little bit. What I love about this palette too is that if you don't wanna go straight warm, you don't have to. You could go in with that cool brown right there, Hope, and with Passion. And actually I think I'm gonna use Passion in a minute, but not right now. Now I'm just taking that same shade on the same Sigma E25 and I'm running it very, very lightly, kind of smudging out that lower lash line to kind of connect the colors together. So now I'm gonna take Hope on a Sigma E45. I'm just gonna go in this outer V. Actually, I think that brush is a little bit too soft for this, so I'm going to change to a pencil brush, Sigma E30, but it's just a little bit stiffer. So I'm actually following the lower lash line with this line. I'm just kind of going in that same direction. I'm taking it a little bit above the crease so you can see it a little bit. Sometimes if I just do that outer third and I take it in the shape of my lid, it makes my eye look droopy because my eyes are kind of downturned. This just kind of gives me a lift. It makes it the shape of a 7 rather than a true V. Just because of the way my eyes are shaped. See how that's going like that and in instead of like that. Did that make sense at all? You need a little lift to your eye. This is something you might want to do, and we're going to blend this in a second. I'm liking this a lot because it's not so pigmented that you're going to go overboard and then have to back up, which is impossible, but it gives you enough pigment to where you can actually see the color. I'm going in with a Lexi 229 tapered blending brush and just blending out and softening those edges. All right, we'll stick there. Always reassess before we finish. I'm gonna use the shade Love on my lid with a Sigma E57. Just kind of pat that in. I like these lighter shades a lot because there's actual pigment in them. Sometimes when you get lighter shades in a palette, there's just not that much pigment and you can't really see the difference between the lighter shades and your flesh. That looks really nice, but I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Kindness on my Sephora Pro 15 brush. I'm just highlighting my brow bone and inner corner. Look, that actually did something. Look at that. That is so pretty. You could completely stop here for the most part and be done and have a really nice look that's good for any occasion. But I'm feeling like I really want to dip into this Honesty shade, and I'm just hoping I don't mess this entire look up. I just want to add a dab of it somewhere. I take a blush sometimes and put it through my transition because it really just kind of gives a little bit of warmth. And this, I think, kind of accomplishes that same thing. I'm just taking that same Sephora Pro brush and I'm placing that in the center. I'm really having a mess with my light today because the clouds are kind of going in and out. I'm just going to take Gratitude here and pop that over the love that we put here. I'm going to take Gratitude and pop that over the love. I love the names that she used. And I'm going to put it over the Kindness on the brow bone. I'm going to take a MAC 266 and line with Passion. I really like that kind of plummy shade with black undertones. I feel like it gives you a nice alternative to black. It's a little softer, which I think is a little more forgiving. But at the same time, it just looks really good on so many different, well, pretty much on anybody's eyes, which is really nice. Yeah. I'm liking that. There was no fallout with that at all when I used my brush wet with Fix Plus, but when I went in dry, I got a little bit of fallout. So just know that that's not uncommon with the dark shadow. I'm gonna curl my lashes, do my mascara, and we'll come back and do the face. Of course, Courage is gonna be the bronzer in the contour shade. What I like about the shape of these is that if you're using kind of a contoured brush like this is the Sigma F40, it fits really nicely right in there. You can just grab your powder and you're good. So it's not too small of a little space, which is nice. I'm just gonna do some light contouring and see if I can do the bronzing all over the face. By the way, if you don't have any of these Sigma brushes, maybe hold off until September because I may have something special for you. Just saying. Okay, so this is really a nice shade. It's warm, but it's a flattering warm, but it's got a little bit of coolness to it too. I'm liking this. It's blending in really nicely. Yeah, this is a really great color. I'm gonna go ahead and take it all over the face using my IT Cosmetics number 313. I take bronzer where the sun naturally hits me. I like to take it over my nose, across my forehead. I do put some, you know, towards the back of my cheeks, but that's kind of the majority of the place where I go. I feel like it gives me just a nice sun-kissed look. Felt like I was getting a little bit washed out there, so I adjusted my lighting a little bit. Yes, indeed, I am liking this. Okay, that's a nice shade. I really do like that. I feel like if there's any patchiness going on, can't really tell. It's because I need to wash my bronzer brush. It just happens. Okay, so I'm now taking Gratitude, which is the highlight shade on my Sigma F64. It's a really nice soft highlight. Look at that. Oh, that's really pretty. I like this because there's a sheen to it, but there's no glimmer particles, so it's not gonna, you know, emphasize things that you don't want it to emphasize. I'm gonna take the Joy blush and blush my face. I love this shade. I love peachy shades, and this has enough nude and pink to it to where I think it's gonna be flattering to a lot of different skin tones. This is my Wayne Goss airbrush. I really like using this with face palettes because it tends to fit in the wells so easily. I like to take my blush down my nose and kind of on this under eye area too. I feel like that does something to just kind of lift my face a little bit. Just a little bit across the forehead. So what I'm doing now is taking Kindness on back to my Sigma F64, and I'm just kind of, I don't know, diffusing these things together. And I feel like you could almost take it here and just kind of diffuse this line out a little bit. Okay, here's where we are. I had to adjust a little bit of lighting because I felt like it was reflecting some weird things on my face. I like that. It's a really nice multitasking palette. I am thrilled with it. I am going to do one more quick thing. This shade in the Wants palette, Eve Rose, is calling out to me in a big way. And the reason why is because it's almost got this duochrome action going on. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna throw this on the lid. Maybe I wouldn't travel with both of these big palettes, but I mean, they'd be here with me. I could easily just reach into this really quickly if I'm in a hurry in the morning. So I'm feeling like this shade Wet is what I'm wanting to do. And I think it's just gonna give me a little bit of a punch. Can you see a difference there? I think you can. That looks really, really pretty. So I think either way you go, you're gonna get a really pretty look, whether you go matte or shimmer on the lid. Man, you can really pile that on and it doesn't make your eyes look textured or anything. It's really, really pretty. I think this look turned out absolutely beautiful and perfect for really any occasion, professional, casual, whatever you need. I wanna know if you guys are planning on getting these palettes. If you already have them, have you been able to play around with them? What are you doing with them? What looks are you creating? How are you using this Needs palette? I just think it's great that you can get such a great look with such ease, no matter if you're traveling or if you just need to get ready really quickly. I am absolutely thrilled with these. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here as part of the family on a regular basis. If you have not checked out Risa and Lisa's videos, go check them out. I know they are creating some beautiful looks as well. And Emily, I'm so happy for you. This collaboration could not have happened to a better, more beautiful person, both inside and out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.